We've had a break and we're back for more Walker's World of Sport. It's been a few weeks since I've done one of these videos and we are back. There is plenty of sport news to talk about, controversies, issues, brilliant on-field sporting performances that we need to talk about in the next few minutes. We're going to get straight into it, starting with this Asada situation at Essendon. It's very messy. The sooner it's over, the better. I agree with Essendon on that front and the rest of the footy public. The sooner this thing is over, the better. Let's start with that interview about Dean the Weapon Robinson. He came out and I completely agree with what he said so far because he's been the only one to show a bit of guts and a bit of ticker to actually say something about this. Now, he said that Stephen Dank was the man central to this and James Hird was following on, and yeah, I can believe that because he's the only one who said something so far. But everyone else has just come out and said, at the Essendon Football Club, they said, no, this is wrong. They have not given any of their own opinion so far. Why not? Why haven't we heard something yet? You've just denied everything so far, said you're going to pursue legal action. Essendon, we've got to hear something more from you. There's got to be someone at the club who can say something. Let's move on. Now, the 7:30 report, the night before the interview with the Weapon, showed a series of text messages from James Hird to Stephen Dank. And he said, we want this administered and we want to catch up with Collingwood, Hawthorn and West Coast and believe that West Coast were up to something and believe that Collingwood and Hawthorn were biologically advanced. Well, James, you cannot assume that, mate. Seriously, he needs to have a good look at himself. He reckons he's a legend of the game. Well, he's very arrogant as well. James Hird, have a good look at yourself, mate, and stop assuming that other clubs are on performance-enhancing drugs just because they are better than you. Next one, Asada. Seriously, this has been an absolutely disgraceful effort by them so far in trying to sort out this situation. Let me tell you this, the Cronulla Sharks, they are the team in the NRL who are under the pump with Asada. They are believed to have taken performance-enhancing drugs. Asada are that incapable of performing the task that is at hand here. They couldn't even get the Cronulla Sharks to sit down and talk to them. That is how incompetent and incapable this body is. This is a serious issue in Australian sport and needs to be rectified for the benefit of all the sport-loving public, and we've got a body like Asada in charge of this. Leave it to WADA, the World Anti-Doping Authority. They are the big dogs here, and they are the ones that can sort this out, not Asada. They have shown that they are incapable of handling a situation like this. Lastly, back to the Weapon interview. Mark McVeigh just come out and flatly denied everything the Weapon said, didn't give any of his own opinion. He said, we'll wait for the truth to come out from Asada. Well, Mark, you might be waiting a very long time for that. Mark McVeigh, also, 230 games for Essendon. Now, I'm surprised as to how you played that many games. You were only a very average footballer at the best of times. Now, you've come out and said that Essendon, nothing was wrong in your time there. Well, why are they being investigated, Mark? And you also said that everything the Weapon said, who actually had courage to give his own take on this situation, Mark McVeigh didn't give anything on this situation. He just said, no, that is wrong. Say something, Mark. Say something. Now, let's move on to the cricket. Off the Essendon situation, as you can tell, it's not one that is going down well with very many people. The cricket, the Aussies, they're 2-0 down after 3 in the Ashes against England. They've been good. They should be 2-1 up in my opinion because they were very close at Trent Bridge. That was a 50-50 game, and if it didn't rain, they would have won that third test without a doubt. England outplayed us at Lords. Tremendous effort by them there, especially on the back of a brilliant ton by Joe Root. But Clarkey got the boys back into form. Ryan Harris just looks like he's bowling superbly. And he's got Mitchell Starc going very nicely with the bat as well. Also good to see Steve Smith. So, Australian cricket fans, do not jump off board. We are going in for a very exciting couple of months ahead. And this is not a very bad cricket team. They can all play. They are very good cricketers. And coming up to this Ashes series in Australia this summer, of course, generally there's about a year between Ashes series. They are coming straight out here though this summer, so it is on this summer, Australia versus England on our backyard, and we'll win the Ashes there. I've got a pretty good feeling about that. The other one coming out today is the hotspot controversy. Now this is a silicon tape that's placed on players' bats, and it is believed that the heat which hotspot relies on between bat and ball is not showing up on hotspot. Now, make what you want of this story, but a little bit different for the time being. We'll certainly read more into that over the next few days, but just for the moment, it's an issue that's a little bit different, and not one that is really a big story at this stage. But stay tuned to that. There'll be more to come out from that. Let's go on to the AFL now, and great to see West Coast captain Darren Glass signing on yesterday, and also Buddy Franklin. He's saying that he wants to sign on as well. Quickly on the AFL, Hawthorn, Geelong, Sydney, Freo look like the standouts this year. They are playing some very good footy, and Matthew Pavlich returning this weekend for the Freo Dockers. NRL, the Sydney Roosters are on top. Melbourne Storm and the South Sydney Rabbitohs are also up there. They look like the main contenders this year. Tennis, Sammy Stosur, she was very good the other day. She won the US Open lead-up tournament event in Carlsbad, I believe. She beat Victoria Azarenka in the final. So Sam Stosur coming into some good form prior to the US Open. Tomorrow morning, the US PGA Golf starts. We're certainly looking forward to that. Tiger Woods is a very solid favourite on that, coming off the form that he showed last weekend. He deserves that favouritism. He won the Bridgestone Invitational last weekend and looks in terrific form. $4.50 he is paying to win the tournament. And then Australia's Adam Scott and the British Open winner Phil Mickelson are also considered amongst some of the favourites for that event, and that is in New York tomorrow from Rochester, the Oak Hill Country Club. So good luck to Adam Scott there, the world number 5 for the PGA at the moment. That's the US PGA Championship. Definitely try and watch some of that over the weekend if you can. Righto, that's just about all we've got time for today. Next time we'll look at the DRS, and hasn't that been a controversy in the Ashes? Of course, Usman Khawaja's controversial decision. We'll certainly touch on that next time, but as you said, this was plenty to talk about today, and the DRS just been pushed off the front page, but certainly it's been a topical issue from the Ashes. That's all we've got time for today. Very fiery edition. I didn't miss many people today. I had a good thought on all of those issues, and I've put my point across today, so you don't have to agree with it, but that's my point. And certainly the next time, comment on the video, Facebook